Tonight, we're going to talk to you all about how bad credit secretly controls your life. If you have a credit score and it's under 600, under 650, chances are bad credit is controlling your life. And we're going to talk about that and how you can get out of that situation. Okay. Let's go ahead and get right into it. All right. So, we do get people that ask us, can we help you with your credit and help you improve your credit score, qualify for homeownership, or even lower your car payment? We can help you. Scan that QR code so we can take a look at your credit report and create a custom game plan for you, just like we did this client. We helped her go from a 657 to a 684 and help her improve her credit scores. So you can click the link inside the description below as well. All right. So how bad credit affects your life. Okay. Number one, many people don't know that a lot of reasons why people don't get the job that they applied for is because companies look at your credit report. Okay. Some employers check your credit as a part of the hiring process. Okay. Especially in the finance or management roles. I have a friend of mine, he applied to become a police officer right here in Chicago. And in when you're applying to become a police officer, they have certain rules in place. You can't owe the city money. They look at your financials as well too. So again, some of the reasons why people do not get approved, or well, I would say get accepted or hired for a certain job, is mainly because they actually don't have their finances in order. Okay. And this is not against the law. Okay. Next is a poor credit report may raise concerns about your personal responsibility or your risk level. I know it's petty. I know it may even sound stupid to most, but I'm telling you, this is one of the reasons why a lot of people don't have these things in place. Okay. You got to have those things in place. All right. Then next is higher interest rates on loans. Now, many of you all may know this already, but when you all are looking to get an auto loan or a personal loan, again, you're going to have higher interest rates. And the reason why they do that is because if you have a lower credit score, they most definitely want to make sure that because you're higher risk. So they want to make sure that they're getting a lot of their money up front. Okay. Lenders see bad credit as a risk. So they often charge a higher interest rate to offset that risk. This means that you'll pay significantly more over the life of the loan, even for the same amount of money borrowed. Okay. Now, obviously, the workaround is you get approved, you have the high interest, and then the goal is to improve your credit score so you can get better terms. But a lot of people never end up improving their credit scores. So many people, and some of you all may be watching this right now or knows of someone, they've never seen low interest rate. They've always seen double digit interest rate. They've always had high interest. Okay. And so that's what ends up happening. Now, I will say this though, inside of our credit community, we walk you through the proven steps to improve your credit score and lower those costly rates as well. As one of our people, we were able to just giving them advice, and they just being around people and getting their credit questions answered, they were able to get approved for a $20,000 limit credit card. This was just the other day. And by the way, if you want a custom game plan, I'm doing a Q&A, invite only Q&A. This is going to be on tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time. Okay. And so you get the game plan and I'll be able to answer your questions. Okay. Scan that QR code to learn more. All right, let's keep going. Limited access to housing. A lot of people don't think about this, but when you're trying to get an apartment, you're trying to get a house, those things play a major role. Many landlords are running credit checks and they may deny your application if you have poor credit history. Okay, listen, how many of you all know someone, or maybe it was you back in the day, where you were applying for an apartment or something like that, and you either needed to get a cosigner, and essentially because of your credit score you just didn't meet the qualifications. Okay, even if you are approved, you may be required to pay a larger deposit, or of course you may have to get a cosigner. Okay, and so that's limited access to housing. Okay, that could play a major role for sure. Next is going to be increased insurance premiums. Okay. The reason why you're paying higher insurance Yeah, it's not just because of your car, it's not just because of where you live, it's not just because of your age. Many of you all are paying a higher insurance premium because your credit score was not the best when you applied to get that insurance. Okay. Insurance companies may use your credit based, especially for credit-based insurance scores, to set your premiums. If there's anyone that's ever worked in insurance, that's in the comments. Am I lying about this? I know I'm not. Okay. But some people keep thinking, oh man, it's because my car is red or it's because I live in this area. Those do play a role. I don't think color plays a role, but again, is I'm telling you, sometimes it's your credit score. A bad score can increase your monthly cost, not just for auto insurance, but for homeowners insurance or even renters insurance as well. You got to know that. Okay. You got to know that. Okay. Then what happens if you want to start a business and you want to get funding for your business? Now, there are a lot of options out there for you to get funding for your business if you don't have good credit. But I promise you this, you won't like the terms in most cases. Now, there are some cases where you've had a business and it's got tenure, it's got years, it's got strong revenue. And you can most definitely do those things if your credit's not the best, but the terms are better. See, a lot of times we say, oh, well, I can get approved if I have bad credit. And that's the thing. We have to move away from just wanting to get approved. We have to want to have the best terms. We have to want to be in the best position possible. Okay. So this is where it starts. Business credit often starts with your personal credit. When I've interviewed people that have talked about helping their clients get $50,000, $100,000, $150,000 plus for their businesses, I'm telling you, they were in a good position, with their credit scores. That plays a major role when you're trying to actually do something. So keep that in mind. Then keep in mind, too, bad credit can block access to funding or credit lines as well. Okay. You got to have those things in place, especially if you're looking to get funding for your business. Okay. Now, check this out. This is someone that we were able to, they were looking to get a pre-approval to buy commercial property for their business. They have a small business, they have a hair salon actually, and they were looking to get approved for a commercial loan. They did not meet the qualifications, but here's what they did. They got a custom game plan. We looked at their credit report and we told them exactly what they needed to do and what the banks want to see. You see, I've seen over 10,000 credit reports. And some of you guys are probably thinking, there's no way he's seen over 10,000 credit reports. When I worked at a dealership for 6 years, on average, we would have 20 to 30 people come in per day. Then multiply that times 6 years, okay? Plus all of the people that I've helped on YouTube. Listen, I've seen thousands of credit reports. There's nothing I haven't seen. I know exactly what the banks want to see. And I'm telling you, it's not that difficult, but I know what they want to see. And everyone's situation is different. But either way, we were able to help them get approved for $450,000. Okay, for a business. I'm sorry, for their for the purchase of property. Okay. And so you guys can see right here, they were able to get that for sure. All right. So either way, they got their game plan, but here, check this out. If you get a game plan today, if you got between now and you got really between tonight and tomorrow at 12 noon, I'm going to be doing an invite only Q&A. It's an invite only Q&A. I've already sent out the first email today. The invitation email is going out tonight and they're going to get registered for that. And here's the thing. If you get a game plan tonight or tomorrow before noon, then I'll be able to not only look at your credit report, but you'll be able to go ahead and get access to that Q&A. Okay, it starts at, oh, this says 1 p.m. It's 8 p.m. Okay, it is 8 p.m. I just realized that's a typo. Okay, that says it's supposed to be 8 p.m., but you want to go ahead and do that. Okay, next is, of course, now this is actually my family member. This is actually my cousin who just got, give me 1 second here. Let me go ahead and then handle that so we can get that removed here. But listen, this is my cousin. He was able to improve his credit score, Now, either way, this is just someone who just had credit questions. Okay. He didn't listen, he knew that he wanted to buy property. Okay. So this is proof that we know what we're doing here. Now he's one of the youngest landlords in Chicago owning property. Okay. He's just in his 20s owning property. I know people in their 20s, in their 30s, right? In their 40s, in their 50s. They want to own property, but they don't know the first step. They don't know step one. They don't know how far they are from owning property. You listen, many of you all are this close, or you need one thing that you need to do. Some of you all need to do two things. Some of you all need to do three things, and it's holding you back from what you say you want. You say you want to become a landlord, you say you want to buy property. You say you want to get a car. You say you want to get high limit credit cards. You say all these things, but you don't know the steps that you need to take. And that's why we're here to show you step by step exactly what you need to do. And just so we're clear, there's a lot of people in the credit industry and they really just focus on sending dispute letters. That's really all they do. And then they hope some stuff comes off. Not at 850 Club. What we do is we ask you, what is your credit goal? And then we show you exactly what you need to do to accomplish that goal. Okay. And so he said he wanted to buy property. We got him the real estate agent. We got him the pre approval. We helped him find the attorney. We helped him get the inspector. Right. And so we are walking you through this entire process. So you're not by yourself. We are not done until the goal is accomplished. Okay. Check this out. Now, this young lady started with a 500 credit score, a 500 credit score. Okay. And let me tell you something. I remember when she was talking about, man, how can I get my score where I needed to be? Not long ago, she was a 500. Now she's a 727 credit score. Okay. Now, again, and here's what you want to understand, there's no fraud here. There's no wiping credit clean here. We're not doing what everybody else is saying that they're doing. You're not going to get in trouble doing what we do because we do it the right way. Please do it the right way. Either way, she wanted to qualify to take equity out of her home to buy sorry, I'm all over the place. She wanted to take equity out of her home to buy property. And so, in order to do that, you're going to have a certain score when the bank wants to take a look at your report, right? They're going to want to see your credit score, your credit report. You got to be in position. Someone put in the comments, you got to get in position. You have to get in position. You got to be in position. If you want to get a higher limit credit card, you got to have your score in position. If you want to buy property, you got to be in position. Otherwise, you just talking, right? My job is to take you from talking into action. Okay. My job is to take you from just saying stuff to action. Let's go ahead and start taking action. What's holding you back from what you say you want to do is two things: information and execution. That's the only thing that's holding you back is information and execution. If you already knew what to do, you'll already be where you want to be. That means you either don't know what you need to do, or worse, you know what to do and you simply won't do it. Okay. Either way, we can help you get your custom game plan today. And listen, you got enough time to catch my Q&A on tomorrow night. Okay. Listen, now here's the best thing about all of this is that, listen, you can easily get to where you want to be. But let's go ahead and get right into the comments here so we can talk about a few things. I know you guys want to go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. Okay. So give me 1 second here. Let me pull this up. Okay. Was that good information? Let me know inside the comments if that was good information. I want to make sure you guys are learning here. So we talk about different topics here. So either way, Zoombat is in the house. He says, "Hey, Calvin, how are you doing tonight? Appreciate you being here, sir. Greatly appreciate you being here." Also, too, guys, we still got game plans going out. Okay. I know some of you guys are still watching or waiting for some game plans. We got still game plans going out. We got game plans going out tomorrow as well too. So don't worry. We got plenty of time to get these game plans in, but I'm telling you, but we're going to be the cutoff tomorrow is at noon because I got to make sure that all the game plans get out. That way, if people have questions, we can go ahead and get that done. Okay, Nicholas, what's going on, sir? Appreciate you being here this evening. Lisa J. Stocks is in the house, always giving great investment advice. Make sure you guys go and check out her YouTube channel as well. R. Lake is in the house. What's going on, sir? All the way from California. You are in the building. All right. Chris says, I got my game plan. I know that's right. Tell him, Chris. And listen, we making sure everybody get everything that they need in here. Okay. So TL says, good evening. How are you, sir? Hope everything is going well. John says, what is her FICO? Very good question. So I don't know what I only know what, of course, she sent over, but I'm sure her score is not too far from that. That's her Vantage score. But here's what I want you guys to understand. Anytime your credit score goes up, because there's a lot of platforms out here, but the main ones, obviously, the algorithms are going to be Vantage score and FICO. If your score goes up on Vantage score, more than likely your score has gone up on FICO. If your score has gone up on FICO, more than likely it has increased on Vantage score. What I want you all to focus on is what direction is your credit score going, right? Now, and I'm not trying to overpromise anything or anything like that. I'm just saying focus on like what direction is your credit score going? As long as you're going in the right direction, that's what matters the most, okay? And so TL says, I've been debating about taking some equity out of my property. Absolutely. Let me tell y'all something. We don't talk about that enough. We don't talk about that enough. I have a client. She took equity out of her property. I told you guys about this story a while back. She took equity out of her property. Okay. And what she did was she took that equity and she paid off like a lot of credit card debt, a lot of just bad debt. Right. So she bought a house for like it was 130,000, 125,000. The house is worth now 215, 210,000. She was able to take out a very good portion of like 70 to 75% of the equity of that, right? And then she started paying off a lot of her debts, pushed her credit score back up, used a good portion of that as a down payment for the next property. She did nothing to her original property. Let me say this again. Her property was not in the best neighborhood. I'm telling you, it was not in the best. She'll tell you this. She's like, hey, listen, I want to be a beacon of hope for people in this neighborhood because people got to understand there is equity in your neighborhood and somebody's going to take advantage of that equity. Let me say this again. If you won't do it, someone else that doesn't look like you or live in your neighborhood will do it. And not in a bad way. They see the potential. A lot of people don't see the potential, right? They don't see the potential. A lot of people want the result without putting in the work. Too many of you all are mad at the results you don't have from the work that you never put in. I'm going to say that again. Many of you all are mad at the results you don't have from the work that you never put in. It's crazy. Or worse, I'm going to give you another scenario. Some of you all walk up to the fireplace and say, fireplace, give me heat. And instead of you actually putting in the wood first, you got to put the wood in first. You got to put the work in first, right? I told you all, there's only one place in the world where success comes before work. There's only one place in the world where success comes before work, and that's the dictionary. That's the only place in the world. You got to put the wood in. You got to put the work in. You got to put some skin in the game. Some of you all don't want to put skin in the game, right? And all that is just action. You got to have that action. So that's what it's all about for sure. Right. Nicholas says, always solid information. Appreciate you being here, Nicholas, as always. Antoine says, what's going on, Cal? What's going on, Antoine? Appreciate you being here, sir. Antoine said, listen, paid off his last Capital One charge off. Listen, let's go ahead and say congratulations to Antoine. Listen, we're celebrating getting these debts out the way. We're celebrating keeping these companies from calling us. Listen, let me explain something to you all. We don't talk about enough of how to do things the right way. I know you guys come up with, I know not you guys, I know people come up with all these reasons and all these just gimmicks and gimmicks and all these things of just saying, hey, you ain't got to pay this person. You ain't got to do that. There's risk involved. And you don't want to be the person that's known for borrowing money and not paying it back. Now, don't get me wrong. If you find yourself in a tough financial situation, you got to file bankruptcy. That's different. But when you purposely say, hey, bank, give me the money, and then you purposely not pay them, and then you purposely try to do the same thing again, and you wonder why banks don't trust people, right? You got to do things. When you do it the right way, nobody can take it from you. No one can take it from you. And here's another thing. When you do it the right way, guess what you can teach your kids the right way? Think about it like this. If you have to always keep getting stuff erased off your credit report, your children don't do that with their report card. If they take the test, if they got a test coming up and they don't study for the test, and then they take the test and they fail the test, they get an F for failing the test. If you get the credit card, you swipe the credit card bill comes, you look at it, you swipe that. And then you say you're not going to pay it. You get late payment after late payment after late payment after late payment. It's charged off now. Bank don't trust you, right? You say, oh, it's all good. I'm gonna get it erased off my credit report. No problem. Do your thing. I'm not knocking that. You do that. You do what's best for you. When your children, keyword when, what's the keyword? When. When your children say, hey, mom, hey, dad, how do I build credit? Guess what you're going to do? You're going to teach them what you know. You're going to say, hey, listen, this is what I did. I got the credit card, right? I swiped the credit card. I got the bill, right? I know it was me that used the credit card. And I had no intention on paying it. I got late payment after late payment after late payment. It was no payment at all. It charged off. But don't worry, son. Don't worry, daughter. This is what you do. I still got the guy's number. I still got the girl's number. They can just help you get it removed. Well, that's how credit works? Yeah, son. That's how credit works. Yeah, daughter. That's how credit works. So wait, you mean to tell me we just gotta get the item, not pay nobody, and then just keep doing that? Yeah, absolutely. Don't that sound stupid to you? Whatever you do, your family will do. Because who are they learning from? The school not going to teach them. The pastor's not going to teach them. The college is not going to teach them. Right? Where are they going to get this information from? They either have to learn it themselves or they're going to come to you. They either have to learn it themselves, which means they're watching TikTok videos on credit. Come on now. That means they binge watching YouTube videos on credit. Listen, everybody not like me telling the real deal. Most people telling you who not to pay. 99% of people in the credit industry are telling you not to pay anybody. I'm different. Now, I know some of you, I listen, we get comments in all the time. They say, well, Calvin, you got this law, you got this law, you got this law. Miss me with that. Why I come, listen, let me tell you something. If you do it the right way, you never have to scheme. You don't have to scheme. Let me tell you something. It's okay to do it the right way. It's okay. I don't know why people don't want to do it the right way. You do it the right way, you ain't got to worry about. Now, don't get me wrong. If you dispute something, it's accurate, it comes off, do your thing. I'm not knocking that. Do your thing. But do understand that's a band-aid. You got to change you. See, you have to change you. If you don't change you, it doesn't matter. You're no different than the person that keeps saying, well, I'm going to move to this city, or I'm going to get this job, or I'm going to date this person. You never changed. Some of y'all forgot the definition of insanity. Y'all know what that is? Let me break it down to you. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. I can keep saying that. And then expecting a different result. You have to change. You, nobody else. Grab a mirror, look at it, you. Right? That's the only person that can fix this. And don't get me wrong. It's like, well, Calvin, I don't know what to do. No more excuses. This is 2025. There's no chains or shackles on our wrists, right? They're not changing the languages of the books. The books are available. The videos are available. Internet is available. How much does it cost for a library card? Free. The information is out. It can't get any easier. So what's the problem? Action. This right here. I'm gonna buy a house. Great. How? When? Ask yourself how and when. That's really what's slowing a lot of you all down. You're not asking yourself how and when. I'm gonna get me a new car. How and when? I'm gonna buy me a rental property. How and when? Somebody put in the comments how and when. It's okay to act. Guys, we are adults. Y'all not kids. We're not 5. You're not 15. I'm gonna tell y'all the real. Now, if you want me to lie to you, that's not this channel. Go to the other channel where the lies are at. By the way, most of those channels, they keep talking about the same stuff because they don't know nothing else. Not in a bad way. All they know is the scheme, is the hack, is the trick. That's all they know: the scheme, the hack, the trick. Right? See, here's the thing. If you know the right way, nobody can take it from you. That's the problem with a lot. That's the problem with a lot of people in our community. If we do it the right way, no one can take it from us. See, if you keep looking for the shortcuts, you got to teach your family the shortcut. And then you got to teach your cousin the shortcut. I'm doing too much tonight. Let's keep going. Chris says, listen, I'm in Cali, but I was born and raised in Chicago. John says, keep up the great work, champ. Appreciate you, John. TL says, Dave Ramsey stays talking equity. It says, taking equity out is a terrible idea. And it may be paused, but I think I'm going to do it. Here's the thing. Let me tell you guys something. And I don't want you all to take this the wrong way. Nobody's getting out of here alive. Nobody. I'm not saying do nothing foolish. What I am saying is check this out. You need to put your money to work. Put your money to work. Put your money to work. You can keep. I'm not saying you got to get a second job. I'm not saying you got to start a business. You already own a home, not just TL. Any of you all. See, some of you are like, man, I don't even know what they're talking about. What me and TL are talking about is when you buy a home, over time, the value of that home keeps increasing. The difference between what you owe on that home and what it's worth is equity. That equity is going to be either positive equity or negative equity. Positive equity means, example, you owe $100,000 on your home. The home is worth $150,000. You have $50,000 worth of positive equity. Let me give you another example. You owe $200,000 on your home. Your home is worth $170,000. That means you have negative equity. Okay. So again, that's how equity works. You can take equity out. It's nothing wrong with taking equity out your home. Why did Dave Ramsey mention that? Because I get why he's saying it. He's saying it for the purposes of stretching out the payments, right? But if you're reinvesting that, right, the house becomes the bank. You get what I'm saying? The house becomes the asset. Remember the girl I was telling you about? She bought the house for $125,000. The house was worth $215,000. If she passes away, what happens to the equity? Exactly. You guys get what I'm talking about? Listen, you have to, it's okay to or another way is here's another way of looking. This is and listen, just because, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying people are wrong. It's perspective. Let me give you all another cleaner perspective. Let's say she's tired of that house. She wants to downsize. She's going to sell it. She's going to get a check back. You know why she's going to get a check back? Because she has equity. Let's say, for example, she has the $125,000 house. Okay, same lineup. $125,000 property. House is worth $215,000 now. She sells it. After all the fees and commissions and all that jazz, now she has no house and she has $80,000. She takes $20,000, buys another property. She still has $60,000 left. What does she do with that money? It's the same thing. But here's a difference. She still has house number 1, and now she has house number 2. Now her debt is paid off. from her equity. It's perspective. That's all. But I get what David's saying. David's saying, hey, listen, you got to be careful because some people, what they'll do is they'll take that equity, they'll live off the equity, right? People start getting into retirement and they live off the equity. That's how people have negative equity. They get into like retirement age. They say, I don't want to work anymore. They take the equity out of their home. They start living on it. That's what Dave is more than likely talking about. They start living on that equity. Then what ends up happening is they pass away. Now the house is underwater. They're upside down, negative equity. And they're like, oh my God, how did this happen? I thought they paid this house off years ago. That's more than likely what he's talking about. Let's keep going. Man, y'all get some good info. Is this good information? Yes or yes? That's the only answers. Nicholas says, congratulations, Antoine. TL says, congratulations, Antoine. Mando says, this is so true. I'm telling you. Only facts here, man. And here's the thing. It's so much that we have to cover. And don't worry, I'm gonna make sure I give you guys as much information that we can. Okay. Nicholas says, man, Calvin out here cooking tonight. Listen, I'm just trying to put y'all in. I'm just trying to put y'all on game. I'm just trying to make sure we win. I want you all to win. Too many people don't want you to win. Some of your friends don't want you to win. Some of your family members don't want you to win. Some of your neighbors don't want you to win. Your ex-girlfriend, your ex-boyfriend, he damn sure don't want you to win. She watching you right now. She don't want you to win. You know the best revenge? Winning. The best revenge? Massive success. I want you all to put in the comments, massive success. We're hitting goals this year. Massive success. High limit credit cards. Massive success. Your landlord don't want you to leave. Massive success. We buying properties out here. The dealership, they want to make sure they can hit you across the head and the banks give you high interest. Massive success. We walking in getting low interest. That's how you got to think. That's how you got to talk. You attract what you think about most of the time. That's too heavy for y'all. You attract what you think about most of the time. Y'all think that's heavy? I got something heavier. What are you thinking about? You attract what you think about most of the time. If that's the case, what are you thinking about? If you're constantly saying, oh, well, I'm not going to get approved. If you're constantly saying, oh, well, I'm going to have to put a down payment down. If you're constantly saying all these things, then come on, why are we living? Some of you all, we don't get spiritual too deep in here. We're not going to go too deep. But if you're a true believer in whatever you believe in, what do you think? What do you think the good things are for? Who do you think low interest is for? Let me ask you that question. Who do you think low interest is for, believer? Right? Who do you think, like, come on now, who do you think home ownership is for? You could keep thinking that these small, narrow-minded thinking people, they're going to talk you out of your goals. Not in 2025. They talked you out of your goals last year. Now look at you. I was talking to a girl yesterday. And it's funny because she sent me a message on Facebook. And she we have a real estate company here in Illinois. We was having a conversation in 2021. You know, Messenger always shows the old messages. And she was like, hey, I really want to get my credit score improved. I want to buy property. This was in 2021. She never got started. Things happen. Life. We're human. We put things off. We naturally procrastinate. Some of y'all been buying a house for 5-6 years. Your landlord done went up on rent 5-6 times. Taxes done went up 5-6 times. Prices done went up 5-6 times. Your boy Trump got tariffs going up 5-6 times. It's now 2025. It costs more. This is what I want you all to understand. Price versus cost. Oh, y'all ready for this one? We're about to go deep. If you still here, you about to really get the gems. Watch this. Price versus cost. This is something I learned a long time ago. Some of you all are worried about the price of something. Let's say the price of going into home ownership. You say, well, man, I got to get my credit score up. I got to save money, right? Then I got to, go through the whole entire process of buying a home, buying property, right? And you're thinking about the price or whatever that is. And you just put it off to the side. You procrastinate on it and you don't do it. But what you're not paying attention to is cost. What is it costing you for not doing it? See, we look at, oh man, that's $20, that's $200. Yeah, but what is it costing you by not doing it? You're gonna here's what you all don't realize. You're going to pay anyways. Ooh, somebody put that in the comments. You're going to pay anyway. You either gonna pay your landlord every time they keep going up on the rent, and I promise you, they're going up on the rent. They have to. Inflation. People just making up reasons why prices keep going up. They just lying. Me and my wife was we was in Puerto Rico, not just recently. And on the receipt, it said tariffs. I said, I ain't know tariffs was in Puerto Rico. And I don't even know if it is tariffs in Puerto Rico, but they put it on the receipt. People just coming up with reasons on why they just going up on the price. Right? You're going to pay anyway. You're going to pay anyway. When you get that car and you don't get your credit right, you're going to pay anyway. You don't get that house, you don't start the process, you're going to pay anyway. You say, well, my friend said it's the worst time to buy a house. That's what my friend said. How many properties has your friend purchased? 0. How many rental properties has your friend purchased? Wait a minute. Close your eyes. What do you see when your eyes are closed? When your eyes are closed, what do you see? Nothing. That's how many properties they purchase, and you listening to them. Here's what I want you all to do in 2025. Start talking to people that have accomplished the goal you're trying to accomplish. Start talking to people that are en route to the goal that you're trying to accomplish. Start talking to people where it's a community of people. Everybody's talking about the goal. Let me show you all where you need to be. Let me show you all. If I'm getting too deep, you can leave the room. You can leave the room. And I'm not trying to be arrogant or nothing like that. I'm just letting you know. Because see, here's the thing. Some of you all need tough love. Some of you all need some tough love. I got you. Hang on. Hang in there. Hang in there. It's about to get real now. Watch this. Let me show y'all something. Let me show you all something. This is what we talk about, right? This is what we talk about. Check this out. Make sure you guys listen. It's gonna be no excuses tonight. It's gonna be no excuses tonight. Watch this. Check this out. Kim says, "Hey, Elite family, I've been knocking out these finals and presentations for school, but I miss y'all so much. Good news, my credit score went up 12 points. We around people. That you say you want your credit score to go up. Get around people that's credit scores are going up. Doesn't that make sense? Let's make this on a kindergarten level. Let's make this on a first grade level. If you want your credit score to improve, get around people that's credit scores are improving. Let me give you an opposite. If you want to stop smoking, do you think it will be helpful to be around smokers? If you want to stop smoking, the answer would be no. If you want to stop smoking, you need to hang around people that's also saying, man, you know what? I'm going to stop smoking, man. I was thinking I'm going to stop smoking too. I'm going to stop eating late at night. Whatever that goal is, right? Let's keep going. Y'all ain't convinced. Watch this. This Shinobi. Listen, Shinobi had a 500 credit score. She been here since day one. Check this out. Y'all don't believe me. Look at this. 127. That's the girl that got 127 points. She just talked about this. Listen, y'all are watching the glow up in real life. Y'all are watching real people in real life take the same 24 hours in a day. That's listen, whether you black, whether you white, whether you mix, whether you don't know what you mix with, you just wake up and you look at your skin and say, I don't know what I am. I don't know where I am. I don't know how old I am. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what your dad did. I don't care if he left. Listen, stop making excuses. Now, don't get me wrong. Many of us do have hardships, but how long you going to sit on that, man? How long you going to sit on that? We're not 5 anymore. That time is gone. We're not 15 anymore. Stop crying. You could be in Ukraine right now where there's bombs and missiles going across your head. You could have been at that concert where the roof caved in. And y'all out here, stop crying. Get to work. It's going to hurt. But guess what? They both hurt. Somebody put that in the comments for a reminder for the latecomers in here tonight. They both hurt. Let me tell you something. Not going after your goals, I promise you that's gonna hurt. But going after your goals gonna hurt too, damn it. That's what you gotta do. This is what you gotta do. Or you could just binge watch Netflix all day. It's not gonna grow itself. And if you all thinking like this, I can only imagine, man. Come on, these kids gonna be lost listening to you. And not in a negative way. You got to be a beacon of hope. Here, if you won't do it for yourself, do it for your kids. If you won't do it for your kids, do it for your wife, do it for your husband, do it for them goals you said you was going to set long time ago. Right? It's they both hurt. But here's the thing, one of them going to hurt for a long time. You're going to constantly, man, listen, come on now. How long you going to have high interest? How long you gonna keep going to the dealership every few years, sitting there for hours? How long you gonna keep complaining about your landlord? Do something about it. Listen, let me tell you all something. This gonna really hurt some people. Listen, we about to lose a lot of viewers on this one. Watch this. It ain't gonna be nothing crazy, but I'm gonna tell you something. You say you hate your landlord. You don't hate your landlord. You actually love your landlord. No, man, I hate my landlord. They won't fix this stuff. They keep going up on the rent. Stop talking to me about that. You love your landlord. You know why? Because you won't do anything about it. You won't do anything about it. You keep saying, man, every time I come to this dealership, they always got me sitting up here for hours. These banks always giving me high interest. Man, you love high interest. Stop playing. Stop lying to me. You love high interest. You love it. You know why you love it? Because I'm going off your actions. I don't go off the mouth no more. I go off of actions. I'll go off of what you say. What you say, well, listen, what you say, no, what you do. Ooh, man, this is old. What you do speaks so loudly, I can't hear what you're saying. Let me take a step back. I'm not perfect by any measure. I had my car repossessed on my 21st birthday. I know what it feels like to have bad credit. I know it. I know what it feels like. I had to call my mom. I said, "Listen, mom, they say I need a cosigner." She said, "What you calling me for?" Anybody? I don't know if we got the same mama. Listen, let me say that again. I called my mom. They said, "Mom, I'm at the dealership." They said, "Mom, they said I need a cosigner." She said, "Oh, okay, cool. What you calling me for?" Anybody got the same kind of mom? That's what she said. She said, "What you calling me for?" They said, "Okay, well, mom, if you can't cosign for me, then what am I supposed to do?" She said, "Sir, you need to get in a better situation." This was me. This was me, right? I learned it. I started from the bottom. I learned it. I was at the dealership. I learned it. I asked every single bank representative, what were they looking for? I dug deeper. I dug deeper. I started studying credit back to back to back to back. I said, listen, let me start teaching people this stuff. Nobody teaches this stuff. This was in my mind. I was like, where am I supposed to learn this information? That's why I'm giving you guys this information right now. I'm trying to get into your mental. I'm trying to hit a trigger. I'm trying to turn the light bulb on for some of you all. Right? You listen. Stop saying you don't like your landlord. You love your landlord. If you say, well, Cal, I don't love my landlord. We're here. Do something about it. Put action in. Because when you get done watching me and you start watching Netflix, that's not an action step. That's not action. It's not action. We need how and when. Ooh, I'm behind on these comments. Is this information good? Is this information worth y'all time? Let me get back, man. You know what? Hold on. That's just one thing. I'm gonna brag on people today because they working hard on their goals. They working hard on their goals. This is what we do up in here. When I give you a game plan and you follow it, watch out. Let's keep going. Look at that. Marcus talking about getting an authorized user. Got questions. You see how he tags me? You see how he tags me? If this is here, check this out. In the community, if you tag me, I can see it. So I can go ahead and answer your question. So I'll get to him. I'll get the question answered. Look, Jeffrey says his credit score went up 26 points today. If you want your credit score to go up, get around people that's credit score is going up. Listen, I can see Jeffrey right now doing this dance. Where Jeffrey at? Listen, somewhere right now, Jeffrey is doing this dance. This is how it feels good. It feels good being around people that's celebrating you for what you are doing. Let me put this link inside of here real quick, man. I know some of you guys, I'm losing some of y'all. I heard somebody feelings tonight. Hope I didn't lose somebody tonight. Let me put this in here real quick. Let me drop this in here real quick. That's what a community is right there. You listen, if you want to accomplish your credit goals, subscribe to this channel. But if you want to get there faster, scan that QR code that's right there in front of you, hit that link that's right there. Okay? 26 points. Come on now. Come on now. What else we got? 730 credit score. She says, listen, I was officially released from a chapter 7 last year. I need help. I need a plan. Listen, I'm about to change her life. I changed lives. Man, let me show y'all something else. If y'all still here, that just means y'all want information. Y'all can leave at any time. Y'all still want more information. I got you. Don't worry. This is what I do. I've been changing lives for years. Let me show y'all. It's story time. I ain't get y'all some stories in a minute. Let me give y'all a story. Check this out. This young lady, her name is Vanessa. I went to high school with her. I forgot who it was. I think it was her aunt or grandmother, somebody. They were about to lose the family property. Happens a lot in the Black community. I know we have a mixed crowd tonight, but Black people, y'all know, like I know, we lose too many properties. We lose too many assets. You know why? Because of information and execution. Let's keep going. The family was about to lose the building. Here's the worst part. 4 or 5 people were living in the building, and none, close your eyes, nobody, zero zilch, could save the family property. Nobody was in position to save the family property. I put her in position. Y'all see her signing that paperwork? She saved the family property. We changed lives at 850 Club. This is not just a YouTube channel. This is just one of the ways I let you know what we're doing here. Y'all keep thinking it's just a video. You want just the video? I'm going to give you more than that. Because I don't know how long I'm going to be here. So I'm trying to take everything from here and give it to you. That's what we did. Right? Man, that was years ago. Check this out. This young lady right here. This is the first property I sold as a real estate agent. She was one of the 8 people that waited for me to get my real estate license. She called the dealership that I was working at a long time ago. She tried to get a car. She got denied. What do you do when someone gets denied? All the salespeople kicked her out. They kicked her out. They said, hey, have a nice day. You ran your credit. Kicked her out. She had a 400-something credit score. My department was the internet department. And what we would do is our job was to get people back into the dealership. But I asked my management, I said, well, how can we get people back into the dealership if they don't qualify? They don't qualify on Monday. They ain't going to qualify on Tuesday. Like, this is common sense. She says, well, I don't know why you're calling me because y'all kicked me out. I said, well, I'm calling you because I actually looked at your credit report. She says, you looked at my credit report? I said, yeah, I saw the credit report and I wanted to actually give you some advice. She says, is this the dealership that's calling me? I was like, yeah. She said, why would the same dealership that kicked me out, why would you all call and give me advice? And this is for free. I ain't got to pay nothing. I said, honestly, I just want to help you out. I see you couldn't get a car. And honestly, there's only like a few things you need to do. She says, what? She says, tell me what I need to do. I told her what she need to do. This girl got so bougie. She didn't come back to the dealership. She went and she bought something else. Then she was like, Calvin, listen, I know you helped me with my, like telling me what to do with my credit. I really want to buy a house. Can you help me with that too? I said, I'm actually working on getting my real estate license. I said, but you need to do a couple of these other things and I can get you in a position for a house. She says, tell me what to do. I got you. She's a homeowner. Let me take a step back though. 3 weeks before she closed on her house, she opened her big mouth. You know what she did? She told her cousin. The cousin said, hold up. You just told me that you went to the dealership to go get a car. Because I picked you up from work. This is what her cousin said. I picked you up from work because your car went out. You went to the dealership. They told you couldn't get a car. Now you telling me that you talked to some random guy at the dealership and then he telling you how to get a car. Now you about to go get a car. And now you telling me that same guy is helping you get a house. Who is this guy? Who is this man? Somebody put in the comments, who is this man? Damn it, is me. Told him, listen, I said, listen, all you need to do is a couple things, right? He says, there's no way it's this simple. I said, Joe, I'm trying to tell you, this is all you need to do. Homeowner. I'm changing lives out here. I do this for fun. I turned this into a business. Check this out. Let me here. This is 4 years ago. Listen, this ain't nothing new for me. This is nothing new for me. Some people get into this industry, they do it for the money. I don't do it for the money. I charge because I take away time from my wife. I charge because I take away time from my family. My son plays golf. That costs money. My electricity, the streaming, the internet, it costs money. I'm sorry. I wish my internet company would say, man, Calvin, you out here helping so many people. We ain't going to send you no more bills. I wish that was the case. That's not the case. I would love to tell you guys keep doing this stuff for free. I'm telling you. Either way, check this out. Check this out. This couple, they had a repossession not long ago before this photo was taken. They was like, man, we got to go to all these places. They say we got to put all this money down, all the rest of this stuff. But Calvin, somebody said they saw something you posted on Facebook. My wife told me to give you a call. Now, listen, man, I don't believe in a lot of credit repair. I don't believe in a lot of credit stuff. But the way people was talking about you was different. Just tell me what I need to do. I said, bro, I got you. I said, here, these are a few videos I just made on YouTube. Watch these videos. And I said, here, let me take a look at your credit report. Here's the fee. Paid the fee. I said, all right, here, this is what you need to do. He says, man, ain't no way. He says, you ain't got to dispute nothing. I said, bro, I don't have to dispute anything. Y'all do know I don't talk. That's why I don't talk about disputes often on this channel. Don't get me wrong. You can dispute stuff. You can, but a lot of times you don't have to. Just build around it. Build around your negative items. If you don't believe me, hey, you ain't got to believe me. I'm changing lives anyway. He says, Calvin, listen, there's no way I can get another car. I just had a repossession. I said, sir, I worked at a dealership for 6 years. I sold over 550 cars in 4 years of those 6. I know what the banks want to see. A lot of stuff they don't care about. I'm being honest. He was like, all right, I'm just going to listen to you. Prove me wrong. I challenge any of you all watching this. Prove me wrong. You won't. Either way, this is what happened to him. He followed my advice. I'm changing lives out here. Let me get back, man. We so far behind on these comments. Let me get back. Is this good or good? Is this good? Is this worth y'all time tonight? Y'all done messed up. Y'all supposed to be watching some other stuff. Y'all over here watching me. What's wrong with y'all? All right, let's see here. What else we got? Okay. Matto says how and when. Nicholas says how and when. Antoine says thanks, guys. That's what I'm talking about. We celebrating those wins up in here. Mike says preach, Calvin. Don't pass collection plate. Let's shake that tambourine. That's how we do it for real. Travis in the building. What's going on, sir? Matto says sometimes we take the little things for granted, not knowing that they are a spirit we're transmitting to our kids. Ooh, we getting deep. I'm telling you, man. Y'all, listen, we can't keep doing the whole do as I say, not as I do. Listen, it's better when you actually do it. That don't mean you gotta be perfect. Listen, I'm still on a weight loss journey, but food tastes too good in Chicago. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, where barbecue is the real deal. It's the real deal, okay? But there's this thing in Chicago called mild sauce. It's a game changer. I'm telling you, it's life changer. And so either way, listen, I'm still on that journey. I know I got to do. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect by a long shot, but I know what these banks want to see though. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But I'm telling you, you got to speak life into your kids. And there are some things you got to lead by example on, man. TL says massive success, right? We got some old comments, man. I'm so far behind. Nicholas says that's a fact. Massive success. TL says that's heavy. You attract what you think about the most. TL says you're going to pay anyway. I'm telling you. Nick says you're going to pay anyway. Zumba says, listen, you better get in position. Shingwa says, hey, how do I take equity out of my house for my business? Oh, see, look at these questions we get. Y'all see growth. We got growth in the room. Y'all see this? You thought you was going to come here just to improve your credit score. See, you got high level people up in here. Y'all got 800. Y'all got 800 credit scores watching me right now. Y'all got people that's been watching me for years right now in the room. They be quiet. They be back there just taking notes like, hey, baby, Calvin on again. Get the notepad out. Right? But no, it's what you could do is you could do a home equity line of credit. That's a HELOC. That's one way you could do it, or you could do a cash out refinance as well, too. But call your bank and they'll let you know what options you qualify for. And you can do whatever you want to do with your money. Nicholas says, talk that talk, Calvin. Some of us need this. Antoine says, be putting in work. She do, man. She most definitely do. Nicholas says they both hurt for sure. Travis says, He says, that is my mother's words, Calvin. She says, what you calling me for? Zumba says, I'm going to work like Cool Mo D. I know that's right, man. I know that's right. Montu says, massive success. Chinwin says, who is this man? Gabby says, hey, Calvin, who is this man? I'm telling you. And honestly, guys, I just give a damn. I just care. Like, I honestly just care. That's all it is, man. I really do. I really, really, really do. GA Red Clay says, what minimum credit score will give us the very best interest rate for auto loans, credit cards? I read that 760 would get the job done, but why not ask a professional? Absolutely. So to be honest with you, for most of everything, 780, 750, 740 is going to kind of pretty much get the job done. Cars are kind of weird because it depends on obviously the timing of the market, things of that sort. But great single digit interest rate or 5% or lower, 4% or lower is available if you are like 750 or higher. So shoot for like 720, 740, 750. Like mid to high sevens is a really good place to get you want to be. Now for mortgages, you could be a 620 and get the best mortgage rates available. Okay. So mortgages are the only thing where you could be 620 to 850 and you're going to get the same interest rates. So know that. Okay. Know that. Gabby says, this is so many good nuggets. Appreciate you being here, Gabby. Right. Chris says, nothing like mild sauce. Tell him, Chris. And Chris, you done left us. Chris, you done left us. Where you at again? You in California. You done, listen, you do know Uncle Remus got mild sauce in a bottle. I'm over here doing too much free promotion. I'm gonna have to call them. I'm about to call them. They should be sponsoring. For real. I'm about to listen. Y'all gonna see them sponsor, but I'm gonna be getting y'all. I'm not gonna be getting y'all fat up in here. Okay. I'm not gonna be doing that. Okay. Sway says, you give me inspiration to increase my credit score and to be a better leader for my family. Thank you. Absolutely. And sometimes we just need to be reminded. See, that's the thing, man. As adults, we get so caught up. And listen, I'm not blaming you guys for a lot of stuff, man. I don't want y'all to take it the wrong way, but we getting older, man. Like, Joe, we getting older. We're not in our 20s no more. We got some people that's watching their 20s. We got some people that's watching, we in our 30s. But most of the people that's watching my channel, I look at the numbers. We're 35, and that's on the low end. Average on the 35 on the low end, but it's really between 40 to 65 age group that's watching me. We're not getting younger. We need to knock these goals out. Y'all dragging y'all feet. We moving too slow. We got to move faster than that. Y'all be quick to y'all be moving quick when it's time to put in for that vacation. We gotta sit down and do this stuff. Yes, it's boring. Yes, it's irritating. Yes, it's gonna hurt right now, but you gotta do it. Can't nobody do it for you. And listen, it's gonna hurt either way. It's gonna hurt either way. But this gonna be the short hurt. This is short-term pain for long-term gain. Let me say that again. This is short-term pain. It's gonna hurt right now, and it's not really hurting anything. I think the most that you're doing is probably either binge watching my videos, or you're paying for a game plan, or you got to pay something off, or you got to wait. Come on now. Is that really hurts? No. What's going to hurt is you paying 20% interest on an auto loan for 4-5 years. I promise you that's going to hurt. Look at how much interest you paying, right? Red Clay says, bet. Thank you for the get back. Oh, I got you. Let's do it. Antoine says, South Carolina barbecue the best. Antoine, we not finna do this, sir. We are not finna do this. Okay. I don't know if you're comparing this to Memphis, but we're not finna have no food wars up in here tonight. I'm gonna have to come to South Carolina, man. That's for sure. Must said, hey Calvin, first time viewer. Do you have a top 5 lender list for best mortgage rates? Honestly, you can go to any lender. Here's the difference when you're talking about buying a home. Watch this. When you're buying a home, most interest rates are going to be the same because they all get the same rates. Like it's federally regulated. So whether you go to Chase Bank, Fifth Third Bank, PNC, it's the exact same interest rates. Here's the difference. There is a small difference. Watch this. If you're looking to go into homeownership, you need to know this. There's a small difference. Watch this. Some lenders offer if you do small things, they'll give you a discount. It's not guaranteed for any bank to do it. A bank may do it this month and not offer it next month. For example, if you have a checking account with them, they may give you a discount on the rate. If you turn on auto pay on your mortgage, they may give you a discount on the rate, right? So little small things like that. But for the most part, the market rate, the start rate If you go to bank one, bank two, bank three, bank five, if you go to a bank online, it's more than likely all the same interest rates. Now, when you say, well, Calvin, I look at other mortgage rates and they have different interest rates. That's because they're talking about conventional. If you go FHA, it's going to be the same exact rate. Now, if you want to, you can still go conventional, which means it'd be like I would say 650, 680 or higher, but that's the same thing. 650 to 850, 680 to 850 is going to be the same exact interest rate if you go conventional. If you go FHA, 620 to 850 is the same interest rate. Anybody that's telling you something else is lying to you because it's federally regulated. That's the only difference. Really, the only reason why people go to certain lenders is because they got referred to a certain lender or it's just a customer service, really. But these banks are all like for mortgages, they're all the same. They have to be all the same. TL says 46 here. Antoine over there laughing. And don't get me wrong. Listen, I know it's some good food out here for sure. But listen, I'm gonna have to put that to the test because y'all know Memphis dry rub ain't no joke. Okay, it ain't no joke. But anyway, appreciate you, Antoine, per usual, sir. But listen, we got to get up out of here, guys. Listen, if you are serious about your credit goals, if you really want to get to where you need to be, y'all need to be in the 850 Club Elite, man. If you guys want to get around people like Antoine that are accomplishing their goals, making things happen, you need to be around people like Antoine. You need to be around people like Nicholas. You need to be around people that's inside these comments. Okay. They are making things happen, guys. They are truly making things happen. And they are an example of what can happen if you are around other people that are making things happen. That's all it's about. Okay. Musquez, thank you. You're more than welcome. Listen, the 850 Club Elite is where you guys want to be at, man. So here, check this out. I'm going to go ahead and put these links in here. Accomplish your credit goals. I'm going to put that inside the link right there. So listen, if you want to get your goals faster, you got to join the 850 Club Elite. If you want me to take a look at your credit report, then yes, I'm going to put that link inside the chat as well. Okay, you guys good? Was tonight good? I'm giving you guys as much information, not as much information as I can, because we'll be talking all night, right? But don't listen, don't nobody want to listen to me, so that's why I talk to y'all. But anyway, I will see you guys. Listen, I will see you all on tomorrow night. But listen, you got to get a game plan. That way I can look at your credit report and I'm going to ask you what your goal is. You do know that. I ask you what your goal is. So I don't just look at your credit report. I say, listen, what are we doing here? You want to, and we get so many questions. People say, I want to buy a house. I want to buy a rental property. I want to build business credit. I want to, lower my car payment. I want to refinance. I want to get you started thinking. Some of you all have stopped thinking about your goals. Some of you all stop like dreaming. We get caught up with work. We work these hours. We go in early. We stay late. We go on vacation. We go to the birthday parties. We got the anniversaries. We spend money. We make money. I get it. I get it. But you still have goals. What's your goal? What's your goal? Listen, I know for many of you all, someone has never asked you what your goal is. Some people listen, someone hasn't asked you what your goal is in years. I care about your goal. Let me show y'all. I was finna wrap up, but y'all won't let me go. It's really me not wanting to stop. But here, let me see. Let me show y'all something. What's a good story? Let me find a good story here. Let me find a good story. So many stories. So many stories. Let me find another good story here. And let me see. Oh, I want something that's gonna make y'all move. I want something that's gonna be like, man, Calvin, for real. Let me see here. What's a good story? What's a good? Oh, no, okay. This is a mini story. Little mini story. This is somebody who found me on YouTube. I looked at their credit report. I told them exactly what they need to do, and they are homeowners. Okay. I forgot what his name is. But if you are watching this, sir, let them know that you are real and that you exist. But that's in a different state because y'all know I'm in Illinois. That ain't my zip code. Y'all know I'm not zip code. Y'all know what the area code that is. Somebody Google that for me. Let me know what area code that is. But that's his house, guys. He sent me that photo. I'm changing lives out here. I know I am. I know I am. Let me see here. What's another good one? I want a really, really, really good one. I done told y'all some of these stories so many times. Where's this at? Man, I'm trying to find a good one here. You know what? Here, I ain't gonna hold y'all up too long. Let me see here. No, I done told that story. That's a pretty good story. They found the somebody they went to high school with went to high school. Sorry, somebody they know went to high school with me, and then obviously they said they want to buy a house. They needed help with their credit. I looked at both their credit reports, told them what they need to do. They're homeowners. I mean, that's easy. That's easy. That credit to home, credit to home, credit to home. Actually, he had the score in place. He was just look. He found me on YouTube, and he was local. He was like, "Man, I love your videos. Can you help me buy a house?" That was easy. This guy right here wanted to use his VA loan. That was easy. This young lady right here should have had the credit, but she was like, "Hey, I heard you killing it in real estate. Not a problem. That was easy." Let me see here. Where's one? I think you got. Oh, I'll tell this story. This will be the last story for today. Last one. I ain't gonna promise, just in case we get off tangent. This young lady right here. She is a grocery store manager. She's in her 40s, I believe. Her 40s, I think her 40s, early 50s. I can't remember. And it was a funny story. She reached out to us and was like, "Hey, listen, I've seen your information on. I googled you, and then I started watching some of your videos on YouTube. You seem like the person that can help me." I said, "Yeah, I got you, no problem." She says, "Listen, I've been renting for years, like 20 some years, and my husband and I, we've been talking about buying property, but I feel like we just been dragging our feet. We just don't know what to do." And of course, my landlord's not gonna help me because he just want me to keep paying rent. I've been paying rent for 20 some years. He keep going up on the rent, all the rest of this stuff. But I feel like with how much he's going up on the rent, I am pretty much paying what I would pay to own a house. She told me what she was paying per month. I said, "Oh, now," I said, "Listen, with what you're paying per month, you could buy a house down the street. Matter of fact, there's a house down the street from you that you can buy right now for the exact same amount of money that you're paying. Matter of fact, you would save money. Let me pause real. Some of you all would save money per month if you buy a house. Just saying that, just letting you know. Either way, so she says, "Listen, my husband is real skeptical. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna be the one that work with you. I'm gonna go through the whole entire process. And as my score goes up, as things start to happen for me, then my husband said he gonna come on board." I said, "Sounds good to me. It don't matter to me." Sure enough, I looked at her credit report. I told her exactly what she wanted to do. She started following advice instantly. Her score went up so fast, her husband didn't have enough time to even join. And technically he could have. But he was like, "Man," he says, "I don't know what he did, but it probably ain't gonna last." This is what her husband said. "I don't know what he did, but or what he told you to do, but it's probably not gonna last." A little bit of negativity there. A little bit. But here's the thing though. Sometimes when you've heard the word no, here's something crazy I have to tell you. I forgot the age, but I think is when a child goes from, I think, from birth all the way up to, I think, is it 5 years old? No, I think it's maybe 10 years old. They said for the average child has heard the word no 70,000 times. No, they've heard the word no 200,000 times, and they've heard the word yes 70,000 times. I think the number is too high on that. But it was like they, long story short, the average child between birth to 10 years old, and this is everybody, they've heard the word no more than they've heard the word yes. So we're automatically negative. And as life goes on, it gets worse. Long story short, we're used to hearing, "No, you can't do that. No, you can't do this. Stop. No, don't." All the rest of this stuff. So it starts getting ingrained in us. So when something is positive, we think it's too good to be true. We start thinking all the reasons why, and all these these random lids, LID, a lid, like you put a lid on something. For my readers in there, I got that from John Maxwell, the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. And for those who don't know, the first law was the law of the lid. Boom. I know some of you guys have read that book before. Either way, and it talks about the law of the lid. And we put these lids on ourselves where we keep saying, "Oh, well, of course that's not true. That can't happen. This can't happen." And in reality, you're just being negative. Some of you all are just being negative. Let me ask you this. What if it does work? I know you guys thinking, because it's easy to say, "Oh, it just won't work," because that don't take no action. But won't you really put the work in? Why don't you say to yourself, "What if it does work? Ooh, watch this. How can I make it work?" See, you got to change. It's language. Somebody put language in the comment section. Just type language in the comment section. Some of you all are saying words like, "I can't afford it." No, change your language. How can I afford it? How? How? Not just, "Oh, that costs too much." No, It doesn't cost too much. You can't afford it, but how can you afford it? Change your language. When you change your language, your brain starts thinking. You start thinking of strategies, solutions, solutions. We all got problems, but I'm trying to show you some solutions. Okay. A strategy. That's what she did. She followed my steps to the T. She's a homeowner, man. Come on. I do this. I do this effortlessly now. Y'all still here? Y'all still here? Y'all crazy if y'all still here tonight. Okay. Um, Nicholas says amazing live as always. All right, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Gabby says, listen, tonight was hella good. I'm leaping out on faith. Come on, Gabby. Come on in here, Gabby. Let's get you to work. Okay. Mike says, I like to buy land and build a barnuminium. You got me, Calvin. Man, I got you. We're gonna figure this out. I've never done a barnuminium, but listen, we're gonna figure it out. The bank got the money. We're gonna get that money from the bank and we're gonna figure this out. Okay. I just got to decide where I want to live. Thinking Nevada. Listen, we're gonna figure it out. Let's do it. Gabby says language. Muska says language, right? Nicholas says language. Gabby says change your language. Gabby says strategies and solutions, plan and purpose. That's it, man. But we're not just talking. We're about to get into this action. Now, listen, guys, I'm going to give you all an action step. Join my 850 Club community. Join my 850 Club community. Now, if you can't afford to get the game plan right now, that's fine. You can get that whenever you want to. I got the Q&A coming up, but you got to get into the community, okay? That way I can answer your questions. Let me answer your questions, okay? Listen, I answer questions all the time. We're talking about all types of things. Look at this. 10 hours ago. Watch this. Elvin says, glad to be here. I've done a lot of work over the past few years to improve my financial health, which in turn improve my overall health. I've pretty much been in nice shape. This is this. And look, let's see where he's at. Boom. Look at that. Credit score is going up. If you want your credit score to go up, you got to get around people that's credit scores are going up, right? We're making sure that we're taking advantage of everything. Listen, man, that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to make sure we putting you around people. Y'all see Nick is in the comments. Look at this. Nick is in the comments. He just got a credit limit increase, $6,000. This is a real person that's in the 850 Club elites. And we was talking about credit limits just recently. Now, again, he's like, let me take action on that. Let me try that. Let me do that. Let me just see if this will work. Let me just make sure that this is worth my time. And y'all not listening to me, man. Anyway, I'm gonna leave on that. Shout out to Nick for making it happening. Listen, Gabby says, I'm coming in 10 toes down. Listen, come on in, Gabby. And we're gonna be celebrating you in a few months. I promise you that. I'll see you guys tomorrow during my Q&A. It's only if you got a game plan for the Q&A tomorrow. I'm making sure I answer as many questions as I can. If you're ready to grow and you're ready to accomplish your goals, get closer to your goals, be up in there tomorrow. I'll see you guys. Oh, wait, Nicholas got something to say. What do you got? We got an emoji. Listen, he's flexing on him. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate you, Nick. See you guys on the inside of the 850 Club Elite. And of course,